Hi there, if you haven't played Fallout before, we're going to watch a little movie. I'm going to tell you about the factions. If you don't want to learn about that, go ahead and skip ahead. There are many factions in the New Vegas Strip. For example, there's the Gomorrah, the hotel you see right in front of you right now. There's the Tops to the left of us right now. And beside the Gomorrah is the Lucky 38, Mr. House's joint. And then to our far right, right beside right there, is the White Glove Society, a group of cannibals. Now, as we focused out, this is an NCR member, specifically one of their assassins. They're meant for the more dangerous jobs. Now, if we change our focus to the person he's shooting at, this is a form of raider. They are called fiends. They are cannibals. Now, if we continue on, we'll see Caesar's Legion getting ready to make a base nearby to fight on New Vegas. Okay, let's get to the next thing, which will be Benny. This is Benny. If you see the guy on the ground, or the person on the ground, with the hood over their head right now, they are you, the main character. You're about to see why I don't like Benny.
What you were after, so pay up.
Oh, fuck, well.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Oh, well, you're an ugly bastard.
Get it over with.
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Well, fuck you.
As you can see, we have woken up from our terrible dream. It wasn't a dream. We just got shot in the head, and this man removed the bullets and put the pieces back together, as he says. This is Doc Mitchell. He's one of the friendliest faces you'll see in this wasteland. Every other face is about neutral, in my opinion. If you look in the back of the room, that is our stat machine. I'll explain the stats when we get there. Now, after this point, you create your character normally, like I did, which I just cut out because it wasn't interesting. Now we're on to stats. I chose, for my strength, Sub-Brick. Well, not Sub-Brick, Wet Noodle. Now, for my perception, I went with the possible highest that I wanted, which was 7. Now, my endurance, I didn't do much. Charisma, I'm leaving alone. Intelligence, I am Sub-Brick. I am not smart. My character is dumber than a box of rocks. My luck, though, is high, pretty much. My agility is high, too, because I'm going to play a gunslinger for fun. Well, after this point, you will usually create your stats, which means you could literally be a murder machine of any kind. You could be the smartest murdering machine, or you could be a charismatic person like Benny, who does not shoot people when they are armed. So, after you have a talk with Dr. Mitchell, he helps you set up your stats. There are 2 forms of stats. There's a regular stats and these. These will determine what you're good at. I chose guns mostly because I'm doing a gunslinger build. I'm going to be using revolvers and stuff more. Now, as you continue throughout the game, you can change these, you can upgrade these, you can make them better, however you want. Including when you meet Benny, where you gain a whole level. So, let's continue on. Now, after this, you can choose perks. They are almost the same skills, but skills and perks are a little bit different. You see, perks are what lets you have special things. Like maybe guns don't break as easy, or guns break faster but do more damage, or maybe you can use heavier weaponry, like grenade launchers, flamethrowers, miniguns, and power armor. And then, if you choose the right ones, like I chose Wild Wasteland, which is one of my favorite perks. I don't have any footage of it because I wasn't lucky enough yet. You basically, random shit can happen. Flaming Yao guys running at you. Anything that you could think of possibly happens. Literally, you could come across Zetans, which are the alien species, doing some crazy shit. Now, as we will continue on throughout my explanation of video, I decided to choose whatever I find neat and whatever I find fun. Now, not everyone's going to choose what I choose, but choose what you want for fun. After this, Doc Mitchell will help you set up to leave. If you want, you can walk around his house and steal some medical supplies for yourself, which I personally did do because I needed it. Now, as we'll continue on, we will make ourselves more useful. You will be able to leave the town, and I met some powder gangers along the way. These is a faction. You can choose to destroy them or not near the end of the game. You can choose Yes Man, Mr. House, the NCR, or Caesar's Legion. I chose Yes Man, as you'll see later on, but I used Mr. House at the beginning. Now, let's continue on. After I steal from these bastards, there is a karma system as well. Karma basically dictates how liked you are in the wasteland by factions and more. This is the town of Prim. It is being controlled by mercenaries. The sheriff is being kept in the building where the roller coaster is. Now, you can help him if you want or not. I chose not to because I knew where I was going, which was Vegas. We'll go ahead and skip that. Now, I am now at the Mojave Outpost. This is a place used for trade, has caravans come often, so if you want some good trade, come here. Don't become enemies with the NCR if you want this though, but if you don't like the NCR, and as most people say, fuck the NCR, come here and commit murder early games so they hate your guts. Enjoy. This is the town of Nipton. This place was raided by Caesar's Legion. This is a great example of what they can do. You see, Caesar's Legion seems to be coming from Colorado. They are raiders who took over, it seemed, and they wiped everyone out. Now, if we take a look, this is someone who won the lottery. He did not win the lottery. The lottery is basically a pool to see if you get to live or not from Caesar Legion's massacre. And this powder ganger piece of shit won. So women, children, men, all killed. Or, well, actually, maybe the women and children became slaves, but still, that's a fate worse than death. So, this piece of shit, I personally kill every time because he fucking deserves it. Now let's head on into the town after I killed that piece of shit. As we head on in, we will notice a big issue when we turn to our left. People hanging from crosses. They have been crucified by Caesar's Legion, which I just thought it'd be funny to kill one, you know, because, yeah, it is kind of funny. Now, as we enter, Caesar's Legion will meet you. This is not Caesar himself. This is one of his many generals who led this assault and won. And he asks you to do him a favor. He wants you to spread the word of the Legion, which, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. I would suggest you do, because it just gives some quick XP. There's no real payout, though. Well, let's get to the next area. This is another outpost of the NCR, aka the New California Republic. There's a quest here with an old trooper of the NCR. We'll have you come visit and check up on his friends. It's a great quest on the side that you can do. There are many along the way like this, and remember, always stopping in Fallout is a great idea for loot, supplies, and for maybe some side lore. Now, as we'll continue down this road, we'll find the great town of Novak. Novak is a great town that has a guy who's obsessed with dinosaurs, 2 snipers, 1 who's begrudging, a lady has sold one of the snipers' wives into slavery, which we'll get to her in a minute, after this next step. Welcome to Novak. This is the town of Novak. They have a giant dinosaur which makes them noticeable. They're kind of a tourism hotspot or something, I don't know. This lady, this crone, sold a man's wife into slavery to Caesar's Legion for caps. The lady's probably dead. We don't know. We never got to confirm on it. Let's continue on. Now, if we get to the next thing, this lady shit the bed quite literally. She is an old Enclave member who was a vertibird pilot, and now she just seems to be retired. As this lady is settling down and trying to relax, you could come across her, maybe do a quest for her, I'm pretty sure. But let's get to the next person. Manny Vargas, one of the snipers, not the ones who wife is sold to slavery, his best friend actually. Both are from the NCR, ex-snipers who quit. Because the NCR committed a massacre, and they don't know why, and they don't know if it was even a massacre, which it was. Let's go ahead and get to the crazy old man outside. This man will tell you crazy stories about men with two heads being invisible. It's great. It's funny. If you want to listen to it, go ahead. But I skipped it for video's sake. Now, let's get to Manny Vargas' friend. He will ask you to put the person who sold his wife, basically, into slavery, to get killed. He wants you to wear his beret and get them in front of the dinosaur, and he'll kill them. If you do it for him, you get a new follower and some XP. Let's go ahead and, well, get to the next person. The next person will be the Trooper. This man will give you a side quest, and will teach you a new fighting technique, which I learned by completing the quest. This is where I go to get to New Vegas. This is a military base outside of New Vegas that has a railroad line. You can use it to get there. It's easier. It's better than doing the side quest. If you want to do the side quest for the Kings, go ahead. Be you. I love the Kings, though. So, let's get to Benny. Benny. We're going to have a talk with him. So, Benny is coming up. This is the robot friend of ours, though. He has followed us through our journey. He's been trying to help us, giving us hints on who to talk to and whatnot. He is a very friendly robot who works for Mr. House secretly and basically been trying to subliminally control you. Mr. House uses dirty tactics, and this is one of many, making you a friend who kind of encourages you to find Benny and do the right thing in his eyes, which was killing Benny, which is what Mr. House wanted. So, I snuck a gun past the guards, aka my .22 pistol, which I wasn't happy, that's all I had. And as you can see, I was checking my perks and stuff to make sure it would work, which it did. Now, when we go ahead and get to me killing Benny right now, as we speak. Now we're about to kill Benny. As you can see, I'm going to kill one of his guards to get a better gun. This man is carrying a .44 Magnum, which is one of the best calibers and best revolvers in the world. Benny will learn his lesson about fucking with the courier. Now, as I kill this poor sap, you will see what I do to people who fuck with me, aka Benny. As I loot the gun off the body, I get ready to kill Benny. Now, this is not the only way you can kill Benny. There's a million other ways. You could beat him with a tire iron if you want, for Christ's sake. Which is one of my favorite ways, because if you let him get away, he'll run away to Caesar's Legion, which is a fate worse than death, to be honest. Like, really. Like, bro, really ran away, and Caesar's Legion was waiting for him. But I didn't want Benny running away. I wanted to do it myself in person. As you can see. Which, by the way, 4 to 5 bullets just to kill this man, not even worth it. But ring-a-ding-ding, baby. Well, Benny's dead, and after I killed Benny, I killed his entire staff. That's why in this next clip, you'll see the whole casino's empty. I murdered everyone. Now, let's go ahead and get to Mr. House. After getting to the Lucky 78, you'll be meted by Mr. House himself, the man who runs Vegas. The man himself, Robco. Mr. House is also known as Robco. His real name is Robert House. And he owned the company Robco, which is Robotics Co. He, since he owns it, named after himself, and he has been running the New Vegas Strip since the beginning of the nuclear waste. Now, after talking to him for a bit, he'll give you a mission that involves Caesar's Legion and their base, and you'll go do it for him, like I did, for the main quest line. No matter what, you're going to need to do this because you need Securitrons working for you, if you want the Yes Man ending, which I wanted. Otherwise, for the other groups, you destroy it. But before this, he shows you why the chip was so important. He basically just upgraded his little toys, and they got grenade launchers and stuff. And it's not that important. But it basically takes these little robots that you keep seeing, the Securitrons, from like kids with like a water soaker to like, you know, the US Army shooting a tank shell at you, which is not ideal for your life. Now, let's go ahead and get to the next section right now. Okay, so Mr. House, after this point, will definitely give you a mission. I misspoke earlier, but he'll be giving you a mission to go do whatever work he needs, wants, or... yeah. At this point, Mr. House will instruct you to go to Caesar's Legion and meet Caesar himself. Let's go ahead and get there. On your way to meet Caesar's Legion, or Caesar himself, you will find this town. This is an old NCR town that Caesar's Legion unwillingly raptured, basically. He basically planted a bomb in there that was not a nuke, was more of a radiation bomb that turned everyone into feral-type ghouls and made them insane. It wasn't really a radiation bomb, as it was more or less turning them feral in some way. They were still seemed to be using guns, so it's kind of strange, and knives, and yeah, basically, they went insane. Well, let's go ahead and get to the next part after I cross the street. Okay, this is Caesar's ferryman. He'll take you to the island where Caesar's Legion is based out with his army, where Caesar himself lives, you know, his personal house. Well, after some walking and stuff, you get there. I skipped it because it's kind of boring and they take your weapons. And I don't like having my guns taken away from me for too long. Well, as we get to Caesar's Legion, we can go inside Caesar's tent. So as we start to approach through the tent, we'll see Caesar himself. He likes to fuck with people. He will basically fuck with you and he has this weird thing on his wrist. It's some type of Pip-Boy. It's from my guess, maybe something else. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's to help with his tumor. Well, as we continue on throughout the game, Caesar, if you're working for him, will have you do things to fuck over the NCR, mess over Mr. House as well, and basically stop any other faction. Same with the NCR, they do the same thing, but opposite. Mr. House just fucks over everyone. Yes Man makes everyone work together except for the real problem, Caesar's Legion. He basically, you'll run the wasteland if you work with the Yes Man. Independent New Vegas. Which is probably the best ending for the game because Mr. House is a greedy corporation. Caesar is a tyrannical warlord. The NCR is tyrannical as well. Now, you need to go into this bunker for Mr. House to activate some old robots of his. I'm gonna skip it, it's kinda cool. You'll talk to Mr. House again. Let's just go ahead and skip into it. After you're done clearing out all the stuff from Mr. House, he'll basically have you beat him at his house, which I didn't. I personally skipped it, went to Yes Man, and got Yes Man to help me overthrow Mr. House, which I preferred because I don't want to work for a tyrannical businessman. I decided let's return to the Thompson Hotel and work with the Yes Man, the best man. Yes Man will help you take over Vegas for yourself. Because if you're a smart man, you'll die rich. If you're a dumb man, you'll stay poor forever and never gain a cent. You see, I'm a smart man. I want all that fucking money. Either way, I'm making money. If I worked for Mr. House, maybe millions. Still, I just decided that I'd rather run the show than be the instruments. Oh, let's go ahead and get to me killing him. Mr. House won't last long as I got Maria, aka Benny's pistol. You'll usually just walk over, talk to him, see what he wants. Yeah, you can engage combat right here, which I didn't because I'm smart enough to know that killing Mr. House without him knowing would be better than starting battle with him immediately after leveling up like I did just now, which I finally spec'd out into guns fully almost. I'm gonna show you where to go to kill Mr. House. By the way, Mr. House is in such a state. It is actually disgusting to me. Let me get... So, as you hack into... Well, not hack, you just basically break in to Mr. House's headquarters. His robots will attack you, and they will do everything to stop you. Just run past them. That's what I suggest. You just turn on the terminals, use them, break in. Let's get to Mr. House, the man of the hour, the man himself, the myth, the legend, Robert House. So, this is his room. As you can see, it's kind of strange. What's this pod? Oh yeah, this is Mr. House's life pod. You see, like how Nate was frozen in time, this motherfucker is keeping himself alive by lots of medication, feeding tubes, water tubes, and basically cryogenic freezing while staying temporarily conscious. What seems if you want. I prefer to just shoot him and just walk away because it's a pitiful creature to kill. I'd rather not get my hands dirty with such a petty kill. See, I personally shot him to death. I used Maria, Baby's gun, and after this point you'll usually take over with Yes Man, which I'll skip to in a couple seconds. After Yes Man has taken over the main ring, he will give you quests to find certain tribes work. Go solo, Mr. House, if you don't kill him like I did. The first one we go to is the Gomorrah. You'll help another man, I forget his name, starts with C, I think it's Challenge. You'll help him destroy the Gomorrah from the inside, because he doesn't like them either, and then he'll run them for you on the inside. You will ask this receptionist for tips, and this guy will take your guns. It's just how it is. Let's go ahead and skip to the good part. Okay, we are here now. As we go to talk and find this dude who we've been looking for, he'll basically help you find out how to destroy the Omertas from the inside. These are not good people. They beat and kill hookers for fun. They are horrible people. I wouldn't kept them alive if it wasn't for the fact they didn't have enough ammunition. So let's go ahead and skip to me killing the two main leaders and leaving this dude in charge. You learn from this dude, the Omertas hired two thugs to do some dirty work. One's a gun smuggler and one seems to be some sort of assassin murdering people for the Omertas, who hides it very well. So let's go ahead and get to that. This first dude is the gun dealer. I stole all the weapons from the armory, tried to get him to help me, he wouldn't, so he can go fuck himself. This guy's the assassin. I just killed him because I'd rather kill him than have him betray me somehow, and also because he's not willing to talk. Let's get to the two bosses. This is our guy who's been helping us. These are the two bosses. They are fully ready to kill you. So I personally just killed them with my big iron. Because, yeah, the big iron's the best solution. So I just unload my bullets into them, kill them like usual. One bullet to the head, he's dead. And also I told him to sit down. Well, let's get to the next part. We take over the Omerta with this man. This is the White Glove Society. They are cannibals. They hide it very well. If you talk to Frank Gutterson, the dude sitting down at the bar, he will tell you to find his son. This is how you can find out they're cannibals. I just personally killed everyone inside except for the civilians and left. I let them be because I murdered everyone. I mean, who's gonna run the place if everyone's fucking dead? This is a Mr. Hank Gunderson on our right, as you'll see in 3, 2, 1. Okay, Hank Gunderson is the man whose son, was stolen. It's Hank, yeah. And basically they ate his son. It is disgusting and revolting. Let's get to the Brotherhood of Steel. This is the Brotherhood of Steel. I chose to help them instead of destroying them, which you should destroy them possibly if you want. Let me explain why. This is editing Matt. You can destroy them like you want because they will put a collar on you to blow you up if you don't have a special follower. By this point in the game, you'll have to meet the Great Khans. The Great Khans are a group of people who pride themselves on being drug dealers, and the NCR doesn't like them much either, and neither do I, because drug dealers are bad. They also work for Caesar's Legion, so if you don't like Caesar's Legion like I don't, or the NCR, wipe them off the face of the map like I did. Let's get to the next faction. The next faction is the Boomers. After running through a field of artillery, they'll ask how you got through it. My response was, I didn't run through all that artillery for your stupid questions, which is a fair point. So after talking to the gate man, this dude, you will get to talk to an old lady who's from the Vault 2. They came from Vault 22 as well, I'm pretty sure, like most factions did. As you'll see, that they are very willing to let you in after you make it past all the artillery because they have a weird supervision that you are the chosen one. The reason why the screen is blurry is because I got hit with so much artillery, my character got brain damage actually. So yeah, this old lady runs it. Her name is Pearl. She's very nice. Unlike the rest of the Boomers who don't like outsiders very much. Now you can choose to help them with like a whole quest line and they'll have a plane to help you fight in Hoover Dam. And they will bomb stuff just to help you. Well, as we continue on, we'll get to the Battle of Hoover Dam. After this, you'd probably talk to Yes Man, and Yes Man would tell you that it's time to fight for Hoover Dam. and you'll get ready. So what I did is I got some power armor from the BOS, got some gear, and I ran past everyone that was not the main objective because I would rather not waste time. So as we get to it, we will see that our little robot friend with us, and we'll run through it. I personally went back and got a follower to help me because I forgot about that. Like I was like, I should probably get a follower to help, and yeah. So you'll basically run throughout the dam, and you'll activate the jam's generator, and you'll activate the dam, making it useful actually to you and your people. Because I chose the yes man ending. I didn't want anyone else trying to govern my state. So as I went further into the dam with my little Securitron, I did what I gotta do and I left. And as you leave, you'll usually just walk around the dam a little bit more, kill some enemies, and grab some more supplies. I will make this edible. If you need like health stuff, you would need it here mostly. But besides this, let's just continue on. Throughout this stupid fight, you'll have to meet with the leader of Caesar's Legion's army. General, I think it's Leganius? I forget his name. Let's go ahead and skip to that part. As we enter Leganius's little military base, you'll kill off some guards with your robot and your follower and whatnot you bring. And maybe you'll gain a level if you didn't do what I did and restarted because you're a little under level, like I was. And I maxed out in speech to try to convince him, but even then you need like 100 speech just to convince this man to back down. I only had 60. So I did go the route of killing him, which I didn't record because it was 7 in the morning. And I mean, I did have his helmet. I did show it. So, I mean, yeah, I could show that I did kill him, at least. Well, let's go ahead and skip to the good part, as I say. I grabbed some levels, whatnot. As we were walking up this pathway, like I did, when I did get my gear actually, you will meet a man named Legate Leganius. Legate Leganius is the leader of Caesar's legions as his general. He's Caesar's general. Caesar's general is a tough little cookie. He's very strong. So when you go against Legate Leganius, it is not a fun fight. But if you do choose to side with the Kaiser's Legion or Caesar's Legion, whatever you want to call them, he will literally talk about going to take over California, which is great because it shows how much he hates the NCR, just like me. Well, I actually don't hate the NCR. I find them to be a better faction than Caesar's Legion and the Brotherhood of Seal. I prefer the NCR, actually. So I will just put it like that. But let's go ahead and get to the fight that I won. I literally shot the weapon out of his hand. He picked it back up, and then I shot it out again and picked it up again. After I killed him with my rifle, it did switch to this thing that I had. It did a ton of damage. So here I get the QC5, what's the name of the weapon? It's a very good weapon, though. Yeah, there's his helmet. I threw it on because I wanted to prove a point to the enemies that I was killing. Let's go ahead and get to the NCR's general who confronts you after your great deed of war.
Guess it ain't no secret how you, I say, can you ask? I would sooner
Try to convince this dumbass to surrender to you and your little army, but he is actually dumb and doesn't want to surrender. So I literally just told them to kill him and walk to the left so they couldn't kill me, as all of my robots basically shot missiles and lasers. I'd rather not get hit by friendly fire from a robot. As you can see, I used my power to protect me, walked away, and yeah, they died pretty fast. I should have grabbed some of the armor if I had a chance, but I didn't get a chance. Yeah, Yes Man will then talk to you and tell you that you've won, and now you have a Republic of Vegas, basically an independent Vegas, which is probably the best ending, but also one of the worst endings, depending on how you feel about
so
it.
the courier who
Well, thanks for watching.
in the
Have a blessed night.
cemetery outside Good Springs cheated death once again.